I was born on July 1st, 1996. 2 months before my birth, my parents arrived in America after leaving their home country Pakistan with my older sister, who was 3 years old at the time. Because of the short age gap and the fact that we were raised together by both of our parents, we have become very close. We understand each other, and I can always come to her whenever I'm facing a problem, whether it's with my parents or at school. It's always nice to have a second opinion on things, and since she's older, I rely on her to give me good advice. There have been many changes and continuities in our relationship throughout the years. When we both attended Emmett, we were both interested in similar children's books such as Unity Jones' Imaginary House, but we continued our passion in books such as Harry Potter. My sister, however, became interested in arts and literature, while I took my interest in outdoor sports. I started playing basketball at the age of 10 through YMCA, and I decided to play volleyball at the age of 11, also through YMCA. In both 7th and 8th grade, I made the volleyball and basketball team and played for my school. My last year playing sports was 9th grade. The reason I quit was so I could focus on my schoolwork and maintain my grades. However, one activity from middle school that I still have maintained is my participation as a violinist in the school orchestra. During my years in orchestra, I came at successful in solo and ensemble performances as well as regional competitions with the entire orchestra. As a musician, I have been able to learn how to read music and how to perform with other musicians. Techniques of teamwork that I have developed through orchestra is something I use in group work in classes and also on a daily basis while interacting with people in the community. Through orchestra, I have gained a dear friend, Mila. We became friends in 9th grade orchestra, and because of our similar love for music as well as volunteering for the community, she quickly became a close confidant when I used one month at Mrs. Lama High School. I shared with her my academic, social, and personal matters. One reason I would turn to Mila instead of my sister is because my sister is not currently at high school with me, and she doesn't know my social life as well. The ways that I stay connected with my social life are through social networks and texting. I use my iPhone to access Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, where I can connect with friends from school as well as relatives around the world. I use my iPhone to contact my parents to let them know where I am, and I use texting to contact a friend quickly. I also use my iPhone for personal reasons such as playing games, taking breaks, and listening to music. Another means of technology that helps me release stress is my TV. I watch shows such as The Vampire Diaries and Pretty Little Liars after school and before starting on my homework. It gives me a nice break, and keeping up with my favorite shows has always been entertaining. In my family, there's me, my parents, my older sister Yumna, and my younger sister Hafsa. Though we are a patriarchal family, my dad runs a democracy. My dad is the head of the family, and he makes most of the important decisions regarding our lives. However, he is not able to have an impact on our day-to-day activities because he's not home for the majority of the day. This is because he works 2 jobs to support our middle-class family. My mom, on the other hand, though not as powerful while making decisions for the family, has a greater control over me and my sister's day-to-day activities. My mom is more involved in our academic and social matters. Because we're 3 girls, gender doesn't make a difference between me and my siblings. As girls, we are expected to clean the house and cook dinner. Our age gaps are the only thing that causes differences in our responsibilities now. My older sister is 18-year-old, giving her more authority over me and my little sister. And since my younger sister is 6 years younger than me, she has less duties around the house. Despite our responsibilities around the house, me and my sisters have no set allowance. Whenever we need something, our parents would rather buy it for us than handing us cash. I find it to be a contrast with other teens my age. For example, my cousins in Chicago earn a weekly allowance of $20 despite being the same age. Overall, I will call my family a democracy because we each have the right to say how we feel about certain situations. For example, when conflicts occur in the family, it's usually between me and my siblings versus my parents. The conflicts usually revolve around our freedom, privacy, and independence. If me and my sister have a good argument, we're usually able to convince our parents to our side. However, if they completely disagree, then we must surrender. But if rebellion and revolt still continue to increase, we're punished by getting our phones taken up or being grounded. Oh, and by the way, I'm happy. I come from a Pakistani family. The reason being Pakistani impacts my life is because of the food, clothes, and music. Pakistani culture is a part of my everyday life. I eat Pakistani food every day, changing to comfortable Pakistani clothes whenever I come home from school, and listen to Pakistani music every day. Some traditional outfits worn on formal occasions are called shalwar kameez, kurta, and sari. henna, a type of shrub is used to decorate the hands and feet during weddings or religious holidays. I'm a big fan of Bollywood, which is the Indian film industry. Me and my family members speak Urdu at home, and even though living in America has given us a chance to modernize and westernize, we never forget our true roots and culture. We're also followers of Islam. My family is a pretty religious family. I was taught to read the Quran and eventually finished reading by my 5th birthday. Even though I can read Arabic, I'm unable to understand or write it. As a Muslim girl, I felt like I lacked the kind of freedom that other teenage girls my age received, but even through everything, I stayed loyal to my religion and to God. A primary source would be my English translation of the Holy Quran. Though I can read the original Arabic text of the Quran, I never got the opportunity to understand Arabic and was therefore confused with what the holy text had to say. I got my chance to get the English translation of the entire Quran, which now I fully understand. It's significant to me because it shows my dedication and pride in my religion. I had the same reference and belief that the closest way to God. I developed hearing loss since the age of 4 through a serious ear and nose infection. Ever since then, my hearing aids have impacted my life in many ways. For one, I always had trouble growing up and understanding what my peers were saying. Others usually had a difficult time understanding what I'm trying to say. Even watching movies without subtitles and listening to music without full volume became a simple struggle. This became one of my huge drawbacks in my social life. I had a hard time making friends, and others, including my mother, felt that I would never be able to live close to a normal life. Academically, I struggled. Learning English became my biggest obstacle in my early years in elementary. I had 2 different types of speech therapy every year for 7 years. This primary source is significant to me because it's related to my early years in elementary, the struggle, and how I overcame them. A favorite time in history would be the partition between India and Pakistan. Though I was not born at the time, it's my favorite time in history because the Muslims in the country of India migrated to a new state, Pakistan. Being a Pakistani, I felt strong national pride towards this time in history. Not only they were given colonial freedom, but the people walked across the land just in the motivation that they were promised a new home. Basically, British India was divided into India and Pakistan, 2 border countries even in present day. It also brought peace to the people themselves, creating separate states, Pakistan as an Islamic state, while India becomes more of a secular state.